The storm over London that night was not just weather, it was omen. Lightning split the skies above Kensington, and somewhere in the city's belly, a deal was being inked in the kind of ink that never truly dries. At 2:47 a.m., Meghan Markle stepped out of a tinted Range Rover, the streetlights catching the faint smear on her glove, red, fresh, almost ceremonial. Reports would later claim it wasn't hers. A courier had arrived minutes earlier, bearing a sealed inside, classified charity documents from the late Queen's private archive, stamped with royal seals and, chillingly, flecked with the dried blood of a former trustee found dead under suspicious circumstances. The handshake that followed was no longer just scandalous, it was criminal. For months, whispers had circled that Meghan was negotiating with one of the monarchy's most disgraced operatives, a man expelled years ago for siphoning millions from veterans' charities, now back from the shadows with leverage, files. Together, in that rain-soaked chamber, they plotted not just to redirect royal funds, but to seize an entire philanthropic empire and turn it into a weapon against the crown. And Harry? He was still thousands of miles away, recording a mental health segment for his upcoming documentary, blissfully unaware that his wife was locking hands with a man the palace had long erased from its wall. The documents Meghan received that night were more than contracts, they were among them, private letters from Charles, coded signatures from Queen Elizabeth's reign, and, most damning, a list of secret offshore accounts tied to royalty. If leaked, they could collapse decades of public trust, diverting millions into a network of foreign shells already registered under names alarmingly close to Sussex linked. Found by dawn, blood had literally marked the deal. The courier was found hours later, lifeless in a car on the outskirts. An autopsy would reveal 2 needle marks and traces of a rare sedative. The case he carried was gone, now in Meghan's possession, or so investigator Prince William was the first to be briefed. He didn't sleep. He didn't speak. For 48 hours, he assembled a covert team, cyber forensics, legal hawks, and one man known only as the Cleaner, a former MI5 analyst with access to encrypted archives. Their mission: stop the transfer, expose the pact, and if necessary, bury Meghan's operation before it bears. The first strike came in silence, an anonymous leak to the Times featuring blurred photos of Meghan leaving the clandestine townhouse, her gloves in hand. The analysts began authenticating the retrieved documents, royal stamps matched, signatures verified, even it belonged to Sir Edwin Clark, a trustee missing for 3 days. "This is not philanthropy," one investigator wrote in an out. "This is a hostile acquisition wrapped in charity silk." Harry was said to be fractured when confronted with friends claim he punched a wall, screaming that his wife had been set up, only to fall into silence when presented with the forensic report, her fingerprint, a partial, found on the envelope containing Clark's last signed will. That will, according to palace insiders, redirected a multi-million-pound endowment, straight into a Sussex-controlled entity registered in Delaware. William's counter-strike was brutal, regal, and surgical. He ordered a private royal injunction to freeze all outgoing charity transfers linked to Sussex. At the same time, he orchestrated a shadow briefing to trusted journalists, a story of betrayal, of bloodied hands, of a midnight power grab while their father's health waned. Meghan, ever the tactician, denied everything. Her spokesperson called it a fabricated smear rooted in jealousy. But the photographs spoke. The documents spoke louder. And the blood, scientifically matched, roared louder still. In a chilling twist, Meghan's midnight ally vanished 3 nights later. His townhouse was raided, his servers were wiped, his body has not yet been found. Rumors swirl of a clandestine royal retrieval unit, one William quietly sanctioned, to erase the trail before the world saw how close the monarchy came to financial Meanwhile, Meghan issued a legal threat to the press, but not to William. Insiders say she fears him more than the tabloids. He now holds the original files, sealed in a Windsor vault, waiting for the moment public opinion tilts. This saga is no longer about exile or family rifts. It is about blood, power, and survival. A charity scandal has turned into a clandestine war, with a prince on each side, one blinded by loyalty, the other awakened by. Royal historians will one day ask, did Meghan overplay her hand? Or did William cross a line no heir should ever cross to protect a crumbling crown? The war has drawn blood, the next move belongs to William. But at what cost to the monarchy's